The story opens with Elliot and his daughter, Ridley, driving to the home of Elliot's boss, Mr. Odell. Odell is battling terminal cancer and plans to appoint Elliot as the next vice president of the company. Elliot is eager and honored, but during the drive, Odell calls, furious that they're running over an hour late. Flustered, Elliot apologizes. Just then, Elliot starts sneezing uncontrollably. He has a severe dust allergy. His concentration slips, and suddenly, a car crashes into them. Stepping out, Elliot and Ridley discover something surrealer, baby unicorn, badly injured from the collision. Ridley gently touches its glowing horn and is transported into a dreamlike trance. Her enchantment is shattered by her father's frantic shouting. Elliot, gripped by panic, lifts an axe and, to Ridley's horror, strikes the creature. She tries to stop him, but he doesn't listen. Determined to cover up the incident, they decide to take the unicorn's body with them, hiding any trace of the accident. They finally arrive at Odell's mansion. Inside, Odell meets with Elliot and tells him he's made peace with his fate and believes Elliot is the right man to carry on his legacy. While discussing business matters, Odell pauses. Instead of rushing into paperwork, he says he'd prefer to spend meaningful time with Elliot and Ridley before finalizing anything. Upstairs, Ridley washes her face and gasps. Her acne is completely gone, her skin flawless. The unicorn's blood must have touched her skin. She races downstairs, urging her father to leave immediately. Elliot, however, refuses, saying they owe Odell some time and respect. Before they can continue, a terrifying scream echoes from outside. The group rushes out to find Elliot's car window shattered. To their disbelief, a unicorn, possibly the same one, emerges. The security guard panics and shoots the creature. Chaos erupts. Ridley calmly explains, it's clearly a unicorn. Elliot finally confesses to Odell about the earlier incident and the strange creature they hit. Ridley tells her father that the unicorn's blood cleared her skin. Elliot then realizes his dust allergy vanished, and he hadn't sneezed once since the blood touched him. Even more shocking, his vision has sharpened. He no longer needs his glasses. Something is clearly happening to their bodies. That night, Elliot visits Ridley, who looks deeply troubled. He asks her, "Did you see something when you touched the horn?" Ridley reveals she felt a deep emotional connection with the unicorn and believes they made a terrible mistake handing it over to Odell. She now suspects greed. Drives Odell's interest. She begs Elliot to help set the unicorn free, but he refuses. His promotion means too much. Furious, Ridley throws him out. Alone, she stares at old family photos. Behind a picture of her mother, she finds a painting of a unicorn. This discovery leads her to investigate the mythology of unicorns. She learns that unicorns could never be captured by force. Only a kind-hearted girl was ever able to lure one. After that, it was enslaved in a castle, until the French Revolution, when tales twisted unicorns into monstrous legends. That night, Ridley dreams of haunting forests and ancient creatures. In the morning, she and Elliot are subjected to medical tests. Experts are eager to understand how unicorn blood has altered them. Odell has even set up a private lab in his home, where the unicorn is now being examined. Scientists work day and night. Dr. Song, the lead scientist, gives a presentation, revealing that the unicorn's blood and horn contain extraordinary healing properties. Dr. Basher then discusses how the horn emits powerful bioelectrical signals. They need more research to confirm their theories. Odell and his son grant full access to continue experimentation. They decide to test the unicorn's horn powder on Odell himself, since he's terminally ill. He willingly volunteers, knowing he has little to lose if it fails. As tests continue, researchers observe a spike in the unicorn's bioelectrical output, indicating increased activity. Meanwhile, Odell sits with Elliot. Surprisingly, he feels no pain, possibly even a sign of recovery. He smiles and thanks Elliot for bringing him what he believes could be a second chance at life. Grateful and excited, Odell refers to Elliot as his future business partner. Elliot, moved by the recognition, quietly basks in the moment. Odell's son notices Ridley deeply absorbed in her unicorn research. Moments later, Odell arrives with the others. Dr. Song is stunned. The cancer that should have ended Odell's life is somehow completely gone. The entire group is in high spirits over this miraculous recovery, but Ridley looks uneasy. Odell then instructs Dr. Song to prepare the unicorn for transfer to their company's main lab so they can conduct deeper tests. Odell's company, it turns out, specializes in pharmaceuticals. Dr. Song delivers disappointing news. The unicorn cells can't be artificially reproduced. Odell's wife brushes it off, saying, "It doesn't matter. The rarer it is, the higher the demand, and the bigger our profits." Ridley, still holding the ancient texts she'd been studying, tries to raise her voice against their plans, but no one listens. They're too excited about launching their new miracle product. In the middle of their celebration, some of them even drink the unicorn's blood. That's Ridley's breaking point. She stands up and shares what she's learned, how, 1,000 years ago, unicorns were once feared as cursed beings. Those who tried to harm or exploit them often suffered mysterious consequences. She ends her plea with a simple request: we should let it go. Instead of agreeing, the group mocks her. Odell throws Elliot a disapproving glance, clearly blaming him for Ridley's defiance. Realizing the people around her have been consumed by greed, Ridley chooses to step away. She warns her father, but he refuses to listen. Angrily, she leaves the house and sees strange lights dancing in the night sky. Meanwhile, a secret tunnel has been built to transport the unicorn discreetly to headquarters. As Dr. Song and Dr. Basha begin moving the creature, their equipment suddenly detects a dangerous spike in the unicorn's bioelectric activity. Before they can react, a power outage plunges the area into darkness, disabling all electronic devices. Odell instructs Elliot to go investigate. Elliot enters the tunnel and is horrified to see it has been torn apart. A massive unicorn horn has impaled Dr. Song. In the flickering shadows, a large wild unicorn snarls, furious and free. Security outside opens fire, trying to stop it. Simultaneously, another unicorn has located Ridley, still in the car. Elliot rushes to her and pulls her to safety just in time. But the unicorn turns its attention to Elliot, ready to strike. Ridley, seeing her father in danger, screams for him to run, and distracts the unicorn herself. As the creature approaches her, something strange happens. The horn glows softly, and the unicorn hesitates. Before she can connect with it again, guards fire more shots, forcing the unicorn to flee, bleeding. The blood trail confirms the unicorns have been wounded. Inside, Odell's son angrily confronts Ridley, demanding to know why she never warned them about the adult unicorns. "I did try," she responds. "You just didn't care enough to listen." She confesses she's developed a powerful bond with the unicorns, one she can't explain. Even near the adult unicorns, she feels that same connection. Odell's wife speculates, maybe that's why it didn't attack her. Ridley insists, once again, that they must let the young unicorn go. Odell, ever manipulative, twists her words into a justification for further exploitation. He declares they must find and capture the injured unicorns to extract more of their power. Odell's son quietly involves Dr. Basha and steals some unicorn horn powder, experimenting with it like a drug. Meanwhile, Ridley, heartbroken, sits in the car, unable to stomach any more cruelty. Looking up, she sees those strange lights in the sky again. This time, she decides, she can't abandon her father to this madness. She rushes back inside, spreads out the unicorn paintings she had collected, and fits them together like puzzle pieces. That's when she makes a discovery. Unicorns have the power to heal themselves, which means the ones Odell's people thought were wounded may actually be coming back, stronger. She races to warn Elliot, he's in danger. On the other end, Elliot's phone rings. He senses something is wrong. Just then, a glowing unicorn charges toward him. Before he can react, the unicorn impales one of the guards. Elliot and Odell flee through the back of the house, the furious unicorn right behind them, cutting down anyone in its path. Odell steps forward in a final attempt to dominate the unicorn. But before he can get close, the creature lunges, impaling him fatally with its glowing horn. Panic spreads as everyone rushes inside, slamming the doors shut. Elliot quickly commands that no one is to leave the premises. They attempt to contact the authorities, but their signals are cut off. The unicorns have severed power and communications. Even the electronic gate is locked down. Odell's wife proposes a risky plan. Someone needs to lure the unicorns away so the gate can be opened. She volunteers Elliot and Dr. Basha for the job. Both are visibly stunned, but know they have no choice. Dr. Basha places the baby unicorn's horn in a protective case. With a heavy heart, she confides in Elliot, warning him not to trust people like Odell, who only cared about personal gain. They must now think about survival, not loyalty. With the infant unicorn in tow, they head out to reunite it with its parents. Meanwhile, the front gate is discreetly opened. Seizing the chance, Odell's wife tries to escape but then remembers her son is still inside. Addicted to the unicorn dust, he's too absorbed to realize the danger. When the unicorns notice their baby's horn is missing, rage consumes them. They kill Dr. Basha in retaliation. Elliot races back to collect Ridley and retrieve Odell's son. At that moment, the boy comes downstairs, dismissing Ridley's idea of freeing the unicorns as foolish. He points to old illustrations, claiming only a pure-hearted maiden can calm unicorns, insisting Ridley use her bond with them to control the situation. He forcibly snatches the horn case from Elliot. Elliot, now overwhelmed with guilt, realizes he nearly sacrificed his daughter for greed. He decides to walk away from the company for good. Suddenly, the unicorns crash through the doors. Elliot and Ridley bolt, locking themselves in a side room. Meanwhile, Odell's wife begs her son to return the horn to the unicorns, but he refuses, still under the grip of addiction. She grabs the container, only to find it empty. Elliot had already removed the horn. Ridley is shocked to see the horn in her father's hand. Elliot explains he took it to protect her. He tells Ridley to flee while he handles the rest. Though she hesitates, he reminds her of his promise to her late mother, to always protect their daughter. Moved, Ridley steps outside. The unicorns approach, but do not harm her. Instead, they sit beside her as she cries. Moved by her sincerity, they show no aggression. Seeing this, Shepard, the addicted son, once again gives in to greed. He begins tying the black unicorn's legs, trying to trap it. Before he can finish, Elliot arrives and fatally stabs Shepard using the very horn he sought to exploit. In the chaos, Shepard fires an arrow at Elliot, injuring him. With a final burst of strength, Elliot throws Shepard aside, and both collapse. Ridley runs to her father, finding him on the brink of death. Tears stream down her face as he takes his last breath. In an act of miraculous magic, the unicorns touch horns, emitting a powerful light that revives Elliot. Overwhelmed with joy, Ridley embraces her father. Their moment is cut short when the police arrive, assuming they're responsible for the carnage. Despite their protests, the officers don't believe their surreal tale. Just then, the unicorns appear, silent and majestic, vouching for Elliot and Ridley with their presence. Death of a Unicorn blends dark comedy with fantasy horror in a uniquely offbeat tale that's both bizarre and oddly touching, starring Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega as a father-daughter duo. The film kicks off with the accidental killing of a unicorn, an event that spirals into a chaotic chain reaction involving corporate greed, supernatural consequences, and moral dilemmas. What stands out is the film's sharp satire of environmental exploitation, wrapped in surreal, fairy tale aesthetics. It's a bold, genre-bending ride that won't be for everyone, but its originality and unexpected emotional depth make it memorable.